I can remember it seems real right now, and 5 minutes later, if I tell you something, that seems real. Though it's all a form of it, when I get excited and stuff, it gets all screwed up.
In a quiet suburban neighborhood nestled among seemingly ordinary houses lived a woman named Pamela Hupp.
Normally, when I talk about shooting, I do this because that's just what I do.
To those around her, she appeared just like any other next-door neighbor, blending seamlessly into the community. However, beneath the facade of normalcy lay a dark and sinister truth. Pamela's actions would go on to shatter the lives of those unfortunate enough to cross her path. In a chilling sequence of events, she committed unspeakable acts of violence, leaving a trail of devastation in her wake. Her victims included her own mother, her closest friend, and an innocent man, forever altering the course of their lives. As we delve into this story, it is important to remember that the true spotlight belongs not to Pamela, but to the individuals who fell victim to her ruthless ways. Betsy Faria, Russ Faria, and Shirley Newman were among those whose lives were tragically altered by Pamela's malevolence. The events that unfolded on that fateful day in August 2016 would forever be etched in the annals of infamy. To gain insight into the horror that unfolded, let us first listen to the chilling 911 call made by Pamela, a call that would serve as a grim testament to the darkness that lurked within her.
911, where's your emergency?
Hey, hello, there's someone breaking in my house. Help!
What's
Help!
the address you're at?
Help!
Want me to give you? Want me to give your wife?
No, I'm not getting in the car with you. No,
What's
get
your
away.
address?
Get out, get out, get out. Help!
Ma'am, what's the address you're at?
Help! Help!
I had somebody breaking into.
No!
Hello?
Help! Help!
During this staged 911 call, Pamela took another life. She killed 33-year-old Louis Gumpenberger, who had a brain injury in 2005 and had trouble thinking clearly ever since. After that, there was an interrogation to ask her more questions about what happened.
Doing okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Get some hot water for myself.
If you needed cold water
No.
or something, just say.
Did you ask him about the film?
What are you talking about?
Is this going to be filmed? Because I always appear on the news then, on Chris Hayes.
Oh, well, okay, I don't know about Chris Hayes, but in an incident such as this, okay, to protect you, to protect me, we're going to record it, okay? Just because that way, you know, it doesn't look like you're hiding anything, it doesn't look like I'm hiding anything.
Okay.
That way I don't misconstrue something you say down the road, you know, like I misinterpret something you said, or I thought you said one thing and you actually said another. So, okay. So, again, I appreciate you coming up here and talking to us. I know that you wanted to come up here instead of talking to the scene, which is great. I guess, is there, just out of curiosity, is there a reason why you came up? Is it cooler here or something?
No.
Temperature-wise?
The officer said that I'd have to go back to here to repeat everything.
Oh, okay. So
I didn't want to go anywhere.
well, I appreciate you coming up here with us, okay, and we'll take you home.
I just want to
We-
go
we can
anywhere
take you home,
but
too.
there.
Anywhere but there?
So that
Fair
was
enough.
fine to come here.
Fair enough. So, Ms. Hupp, I don't know much about you. You keep throwing out these names and stuff like that. So I'm trying to stay on top of all this. But I guess let's start with. I really want to find out what happened today. So I'd like to get a very detailed account of like what happened today. And really, what I'd like to do is, if at all possible, probably start maybe like last night. You know, let's like work the 24 hours beforehand and work all the way through the incident. Make sure there's nothing that you saw or heard or something that might have happened or something like that. I don't want to miss anything. So let's try to go back like 24 hours or so, maybe yesterday afternoon, lunch,
Okay.
and let's work our way forward.
Yesterday I went to Best Buy and purchased some items and talked to the general manager there about getting a job for my nephew. Went home, got my nephew, said to bring him up, brought him up there. He talked to him for a little bit. We came back and we filled out some applications online. Went to Taco Bell, had lunch. Then I went home and then
So what time did you go to Best Buy, did you think? If you had to guess.
well, I was there right when it opened, so I think that's 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Because we had to wait in the parking lot a few minutes.
Okay,
So
perfect.
I think it was 10 o'clock.
St. Peter's one.
Yeah, by the mall.
Perfect.
And I was there. like I said, came all the way back to Fallon, got my nephew, went back up there, stayed up there a little bit, then we came back, had lunch, I dropped him off, we filled out applications, 3 applications for Best Buy. Instructions he had given us, and then I went home. And then walked my dog, fed him, did all that kind of stuff. My husband came home, I left and I went to Shop and Save at 3:30.
Okay.
Because that's when their chicken comes out fresh.
Huh? I did not
So,
know
and he wanted chicken breast, so
Which shop was it?
right there by my house off of Mexico and K.
that. Okay. Mexico Loop Road there.
Yeah.
Like across the street from the Home Depot.
Yeah, so that was like 3:30 when I left. So we came home, we ate, watched the Olympics, went to bed, woke up this morning like I always do, and fed my dog, walked him, and showered, headed out to do errands and run around. I always stop at Conoco.
I want to just slow you down a little bit because we're starting to rush through today. So you woke up, what time did you wake up this morning?
About 7:30. Well, actually, I was up earlier because I had to go let my son's dogs out. Probably about 7:15.
Okay, so you wake up at
7:15. I forgot I did that, sorry.
That's good.
Went and let my son's dogs out because he wasn't home,
Where does your son live?
like 4 streets over.
Oh, okay, close.
Yeah,
Do you
that's where my
walk
nephew
there or do
lives
you
with
drive
him. I drive there.
Drive
And let his dogs out, fed them, waited till they did their thing. Then I came back home and took care of my dog, fed him, walked him, got in the shower, and headed out. And I had to get gas, so I went to Conoco down the street where I go every morning and get my soda. And
Which one's the Conoco?
right past BP, it's across from like the fire station,
The Vine.
Okay,
real little one.
yeah, kind of down in the valley.
Yeah,
Okay,
by Magnolia Street.
and you get that like every morning, you said?
Every morning I go there because I got a little card, but got a free one after 10.
About what time was that, do you think?
Probably about 9:15.
Okay.
I filled up, got my Tank 5 card, got my soda, headed up towards the mall. And
Mid Rivers.
yeah, headed up toward, I don't think I went to Mid Rivers yet. I was looking for secondhand stores because my sister-in-law's coming in town and that's what she does. She has stores and she puts stuff in. So I was looking for new ones because she was just here a couple weeks ago. So I went up Mexico Road and looked for a couple of them. I went up to Old O'Fallon. I knew, I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you when you went from Conoco and then you went straight to do this, like up to the
Yeah,
mall?
I'm
and
just
like-
running around looking for it. I wasn't at the mall yet because they're not open
Gotcha.
yet. I don't think they open until 10 or whatever. So I'm looking for stores for when she's coming in the 9th of September that we can go to. And so I went up Mexico looking. I went to Old O'Fallon, down throughout that way looking. I found a new one on K. Just looking for a new one. So I was driving around looking for new ones. Then I headed up towards the mall, but I don't know because I was down Mexico, so I just went to the mall. Went to Mexico to Mid Rivers.
Did you
I
check
went
it?
to the mall.
Like you say, I was looking for them or found some. I checked them out. Did you like go in any of these?
No,
Okay,
we're
you
just
didn't
finding.
shop. You were just like looking for the locations.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were in them when she was just here a week ago, so
Okay.
we did a full week of that. So no, I did not. I'm just trying to find sites for it. So got all the way to Mid Rivers, and I went down Mexico to Mid Rivers. Went down Mid Rivers to the mall, and I was going to go into. I had to go to the bathroom, so. Where did I stop? I want to say, the bread company right there by,
I don't know.
bread company.
Like the
It's
one
right
here in
there
O'Fallon? Or no?
by the mall.
By the mall?
Is that by
right.
Barnes and Noble?
No, it's across the street. It's by, what's Pier 1?
Okay.
Is it
It's
bread
right by
company
Pier
over
1. I think it's new. I
Yeah.
stopped in there, went to the bathroom. And, because I've been drinking my soda. So stopped in there.
What time do you think that might have been? Like just before 10, or because you said the mall opens at 10?
I think they open at 10, yeah. I don't know what time it was. I wasn't looking at the clock then or anything like that.
At this point, it seems like a routine questioning to gather information and establish a timeline. The cop hasn't mentioned the specific incident yet, so it's still focused on gathering background information.
I was gonna go into Pier 1 and I didn't change my mind because it was right there. So, I went up to Hobby Lobby, which is off of Cave Springs.
Yep, I know that.
And I went up there and I decided not to go in there. And since I was up there, my daughter lives up that way and she's a teacher. So I didn't know if she was in school yet. So I went by her house to see if she was home. And I didn't see her car. So I drove back. And that's when I was going to go back to the mall. So I came home because I knew I had to let the dog out then. So I came home, let the dog out.
So you went by whose house?
My daughter, who lives
What's her
off
name?
of Sarah.
Go ahead, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
She's a teacher, so she don't need that. Off of First Capital. And she wasn't there. I just drove down the street, she wasn't there.
Sure. So you said circle back and went home.
Yeah, I got caught or came back down and went through, just cut through where Lindenwood is. She lives right there. Cut through there and got on the highway and went home.
Okay. And then what?
I got home, opened up the garage, pulled in, got my dog, walked him out in front so he could go pee. And he did his thing. Went back, put him inside, gave him a treat. Came back out. I was going to run back up to the mall. I was supposed to pick up a purchase that from Best Buy. I had to make an appointment. My appointment's Friday. I was going to run up there, see if I could get it early. So I was going to run back up there. And as I started pulling out and got halfway out, I noticed as I was backing out that a car came down really fast down the cross street and whipped around right in front of my driveway because I'm right at the end. Here's the cross street and here's my driveway. So they came out and did this right in front of my driveway, and I looked up because it was so fast and startling, and somebody jumped out, and I was like, wow, I don't know what I thought, if somebody was hurt, I don't know what was going on. It was so fast. And then he ran up, I was halfway out the drive where I was parked, and he jumped in my car. He opened up the door and jumped in my car.
Which door?
The passenger.
Front or back?
Oh, front.
Or passenger front? Go ahead.
And he had a bunch of stuff in his hands. I don't know what he had, but he had a knife also, but he had something in his other arm. I don't know what he had. And he put a knife and kept going, just yelling random stuff like, you're going to take me to the bank and get Russ's money. Take me to the bank, you're going to take me to the bank. He put a knife up to my throat there and was yelling stuff. And he kept looking behind him like this. So I put it in gear, and I was thinking how I was going to get out of there when he was looking, and he kept yelling, coming back, and then he looked back again, and I hit his arm with the knife and then shot out of the car and ran inside.
Okay, so you were, I just want to make sure I understand. So you'd already been home, fed the dog, gave him a treat, and you were getting ready to leave. So when you got home, did you leave the car in the driveway, or did you pull in the garage?
I was in the garage.
Okay, so you pulled the car all the way in.
Yes.
And then you got out and you tended to the dog.
No, I did not pull it in the garage. I always pull it in the garage when I'm going to stay. But no, I stayed right there because I was leaving.
Okay,
So right where it was.
So where
it was still
it was-
running. Yeah,
okay.
I just ran in to let him out.
Okay, so you were only in the house just a couple
I was
minutes
just-
more?
Oh, not even a couple minutes, just enough to put his leash on. I brought him out, walked him, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
All that kind of stuff.
How do you go in the house? When you pulled in the driveway to go in, how did you go in the house? Through what door?
The garage door. The garage, big one was open, I ran through the garage door.
Okay, so then kind of rush through that. I just want to make sure I understand. So you went in, you let the dog out, you gave him a treat, you're ready to leave again. So you come back out of the house. How did you exit the house? How?
Out the same door.
Same door? Okay.
Yeah, I let him in the same door because the front door was locked.
Okay.
So I was coming in and I come in and out that door. Came out that door, got back in the car.
Okay.
To go again.
Okay.
And that's when the car shot around and somebody jumped out. Before I knew it, they were sitting next to me.
Okay, so let's first describe the car. Can you give a description of the vehicle?
Well, I wasn't really paying attention to the vehicle, more of the shriekness of their tires that they did. It was just a silver, wasn't as small as like a little Toyota, a little bit bigger, but not a big one sedan. It was 4 doors.
So 4-door,
Mhm.
did you say mid-size? Is that?
Yeah, probably mid-size. Wasn't brand new.
I mean, as you reflect back, do you remember anything specific about, other than being silver and being 4 doors, anything on the, you said it wasn't that new? Anything
No, it
else?
wasn't like shiny, like you could tell it was, like, my crash had just hit a 2004 Honda, kind of like older like that, you know, not that it was a piece of crap or anything, but it was, yeah,
It was a veteran car.
yeah, grocery getter. And, that's all I remember about it. It was just so fast, like I wasn't really even looking at the car. It was getting weird, and it was like, because they tore around, he popped out, and I'm like, my first thought was, did I know him? Because they did it so fast, but then I was like, and I looked back down, and next thing I knew, he was there, so.
Okay, so as I was up there for a few minutes, and I noticed that there was an orange car parked on the street.
That's my next door neighbor's, it's
Okay, that's
broke
your neighbor's
down.
car. Okay,
Mhm.
I wasn't sure. I didn't know where that
It's
came
broke
from.
down.
Okay.
It's been there a while.
So, I'm trying to remember how your street is. Which way did so if you're sitting in your car pointed at the garage, which way did this car come from?
Right here, the right side, that little street there. I don't know what it's called.
So the street behind you.
Behind me, yes.
Because the way and I probably have you draw it out later, but so the street behind you. I know what you're talking about. I remember being there.
It's it's directly behind my neighbor's driveway,
Okay.
and I'm one over. So I could see them whip around, come out of there. And all they did was come right around, right to my house.
Okay. So he jumps out of the car. He jumped into the passenger front side of your car.
Mhm.
And
Where does he jump out of the silver car from?
I don't know, they asked me that. I really wasn't paying attention. I want to say the back seat, but that may not be true. I keep trying to remember. I thought, and that may not be true.
Were there other people in the vehicle?
There was all I saw was a driver, because he squealed away, so I was like, what the hell? And he looked.
What was the most distinctive thing about the driver that you remember?
Dark hair, was kind of like a buzz cut, and dark skin, like Hispanic, maybe, something like that. What crosses my mind, I don't know, it could be anybody. I don't know if they were Hispanic, but that's what crossed my mind.
okay, so you got somewhat of a look at the driver.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because when he started to whip around, all I saw was like a dark dome, sorry, but short hair like you.
Right.
Short, maybe not quite as short, but it was dark.
The cop is now trying to gather more details about the incident, asking for any distinct features of the driver. This is a critical point in the story, as Pamela is recounting a potentially dangerous encounter that occurred right outside her home.
Not right, because as he was getting excited, it was getting worse.
The slurring was getting worse.
Yes.
The stumbling on his
Yeah.
words. Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't hardly understand what he was saying. I could pick out like certain words, but he said one phrase inside made no sense. He said, I think he said it out in the garage or out in the car too. Something about killing my wife. And I'm like, I mean, I didn't say anything, but it was weird. His wording.
You said that in the car?
He said it out in the car, yelling at me, and when he was saying he was going to kill me.
Okay.
So what are the things that you could understand him say? What are the things that he said to you?
Well, at first it was kind of clear in the car, because he wanted me to go to the bank to get Russ's money. And
How did he say that?
he said some curse words, and then he said, we're going.
We can say this here.
Yeah, let me just be, tell us what he said.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Okay,
yeah.
well, a lot I couldn't understand, but he
Understand.
said, when he first got in, and he had, I think I was yelling at him, I don't even remember, I think I was like, who are you, get out of my car, blah, 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 and he was like, bitch, we're going to the bank, and I'm like, then my mind just starts swirling, because I'm like, going to the bank, this is so freaking weird, and I'm like, I'm not going to the bank with you, get out of my car, and he goes, bitch, we're going to the bank, we're getting Russ's money, and he started getting all agitated and excited, and that's when he was yelling things, I wasn't listening, because I was forming how the hell I was going to get out of the car. So he was yammering crap, couldn't really understand him at that point, and my thought was to get the knife away and get the heck out of the car. That's all I was thinking about at that point. What he was saying, I don't know. As I ran into the garage, he ran after me. I heard the car door shut, and he was yammering stuff again about killing me. Again, my focus was to get in the house. I knew I had my phone in my pocket. I was trying to dial 911. I think I did it 3 times before it went through on my cell phone. By then I was inside, and he was trying to get the door. I was trying to hold the door. I couldn't get it locked then, and I was trying to get 911 on the phone. And he was saying stuff, and then the door flew open. He got in, it flew open, and I ran into the bedroom. He was yelling stuff, and as I was going in the bedroom, something again about killing my wife, him and Stevie. Me and Stevie, you're going to kill your wife. And so I don't know who that is. I don't know a Steven or a Stevie or Steve. I don't know what he was talking about. He was it was really hard. It's like his sentences weren't formed by then.
Mm-hmm.
And so none of it made any sense, but he did keep saying, get in the car. I ran in the bedroom. I tried to, I shut that door. I was trying to get it locked, wouldn't latch, got a problem with the door. And I got my gun, turned around, got my gun, nightstand right there, and he was pounding on the door. And once it flew open, that's when I shot him. And I just kept shooting him, because he just kept standing there.
How many times did you say you pulled the
I
trigger?
unloaded the whole gun.
So you
It
pulled the
was
trigger until
nonstop.
it stopped
I
firing?
just kept pulling until it stopped.
Okay, so, and again, because I haven't been there yet, I don't know what it looks like. Did any rounds go? Are there going to be any bullet holes in the door into the bedroom, or do you think that the door was fully?
No, I
open?
was in the bedroom.
I understand that, but you said the door flew open, so I didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't start shooting until that door flew open and he was standing right there, ready to approach into the bedroom. And I just started shooting and walking towards him, because I wanted to be sure I hit him. Because everybody kept saying that's a little gun and blah, 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 and I gotta reclose. So once that door opened and he was there, I just started shooting and walking towards him until I didn't have any more.
I don't want to jump too far ahead too fast, but inside the room, you know what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to end up getting some pieces of paper and having you sketch out some things like your bedroom.
You know what? If this garage door's here, bedroom's right there.
No, I know, but like I'm talking about like
not even a
no, I understand that,
floor
but like where the bed is inside.
Oh, okay.
Like I need.
Okay.
I just want to figure out where you were standing, where he was standing.
Well, I'm standing right.
Because I have not walked in the
Okay.
house. I have
Yeah.
no. I can. All I can do is go off the visual of what
Yeah.
you're telling me, and other than that, I haven't seen any pictures or anything.
Yeah, there's only 3 pieces of furniture in the bedroom, and the nightstand as you walk in the door is right here. So I ran right for it, got my gun.
Okay, so the bed on the far wall.
Yeah.
Let me get. You know what? I'm gonna step out for a second, get some white pieces of paper,
Okay.
and I'll be right back. So
Okay.
sit right with me.
Should I tell him or just wait?
Just hold on. Let me get just paper.
Maybe
on
a
the
piece of paper, it's easier to visualize it if we're seeing it actually drawn. You good on water?
Yeah.
Okay. What type of gun? What type of gun do you know? Was in the nightstand? You said it was a little gun, I didn't
I
know.
want to say 32. Is that a gun? It's got a,
Or maybe a 380.
well, maybe that's it. I just got for Christmas last year.
Okay.
After the one gal stalked me, that's what I got for a Christmas present.
From husband? How long you guys been married?
35 years.
Oh, boy. Congratulations on long marriage. That's a long time.
Okay, let's do this. So let's, I guess for this one, since we're talking about the bedroom right now, why don't you draw the bedroom?
Okay.
Like where the bed is, you talk about the nightstand, where's the nightstand, where's the door, where you were staying.
It's a little hallway and there's 3 doors. This door, and that door. There's nowhere to go.
And when you say garage, do you mean the door that goes into the
The
residence
entry,
from the garage?
yes. Uh-huh.
Yes.
And those are pretty much the only 3 things in the
That's all
bedroom.
that's in there.
Perfect. Okay.
That's all that's in there. So, as he was pushing on the door and I'm trying to dial 911 and hold him, but hoping he'd get tired of it and leave, and he didn't. I was just trying to keep him from coming in. As he pushed the door open, I ran right in here to my nightstand. I shut the door, ran to the nightstand, came back around here. As he was pounding on the door flew open. I was probably standing anywhere like here. As it flew open, he's right there, and I just started shooting and walking out towards him shooting.
Okay, so you just said like he's standing there. Were you that close in proximity?
Oh,
to him?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask a couple
Yeah,
questions?
absolutely.
So when you say he came in through here, correct?
Mhm.
When you came in through here and you got through, and you said you held him off for a bit, were you able to shut the door?
Yeah.
Or was it a struggle over the door?
Yeah, it was a struggle over the door and me trying to call 911.
At the same time?
Yeah, because he was right behind me. So I shut the door and I couldn't get it locked, and I was reaching for my phone and I dialed 911 when it
Is
was
your phone kept in your pocket? Do you have a
my
clip?
pocket.
Okay.
I always keep them in my back pocket. So I was calling 911 and he's trying, I'm just holding the door because I couldn't get it locked because it wouldn't, the little latch, he kept pushing it, it was coming over.
What type of latch is it?
Well, the door knob.
No, okay.
Like the knob, like you need it closed to be able to lock it. And
Yeah. Is it a
it
push
wouldn't.
button lock?
I think it's a little turn one.
Okay.
Little
So like a
tiny one.
deadbolt, or
Mhm.
or just on the handle.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a little
So we're not
tiny
doing
piece
this stuff,
of
we're doing
crap,
this.
really.
Understood.
Yeah, so I couldn't get that and dial 911. It was more important for me to dial 911 in my head, so I was trying to get some help. And just a few seconds. It
Okay.
was just a few seconds. 911 came on. I started yelling, and he burst through the door.
So when so you're here in this door, you come in, he's right on your tail, as you
Yeah.
said. You weren't able to get the door shut, or you were?
I were.
You was able to
I
get the door
was.
shut,
I was.
but you weren't able to lock it?
No.
Okay. And this is at the point where you made your first 911 call, where you
Yes.
spoke to somebody?
Did not the first
You
time.
did not. It was just,
It
you were
wouldn't
able.
go through,
Okay,
so I did it again.
okay. And you did it again here?
Yeah, I'm standing the whole time against the door, trying to keep him out, and he's
Usually-
pushing the door. We're going
Yeah.
back and forth.
And how are you holding the door, with what part of your body?
I think I'm just leaning against it. I think I was doing different things. At first, I was doing my hands till I got my phone, and then I was trying to use my back, and then I was trying to use my side. So I was,
Okay.
whatever, depending on how forceful he was getting, what I was using as I'm trying to redial.
Okay. So, that's your first time, and I guess your fingers aren't working?
No, they worked.
Just couldn't get through to 911 though?
It wouldn't go through. I mean, get my phone.
Well, actually, I'm glad you brought that up because do you mind if we take a look at your phone and see? Because I would love to see what the 911
Well,
call.
bring it in here because I'd like to see too.
Well, it's out on the desk, but we'll.
Yeah, I would see how many times I dialed.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I just wanted to,
I would say a couple times. I
Okay.
dialed it trying to get through. I could see it wasn't going through. I couldn't hear anybody, so I would just hang up, try again, and he's bumping me on the door and stuff. So then he just was, once I got them, I was focused on that, and he pushed it open.
Pamela is a pathological liar. It's fascinating and scary at the same time to see how she can lie so casually and make up stories on the spot. Meanwhile, the cop is now trying to piece together the events leading up to the shooting and get a clear understanding of the layout of Pamela's bedroom. He's also considering checking Pamela's phone to verify the number of times she called 911 during the incident.
And the guy was very nice, the park ranger. He felt embarrassed because he's a puppy. But whatever. So I couldn't really go there because she doesn't really like me, and the other ones aren't home. So I had nowhere to go. So I didn't want to get too close to the door. But I think she asked me if he's, God, I want to say, because I know I kept looking in the door. I went back a couple times to look because I kept telling her if he's there. I think I might have said he's laying on the floor because I could see him still laying there because he's right in front of my bedroom door and the garage door, because they go right into each other. And he was laying right there. So I kept seeing he was still laying there, so I kept going out there in case he got up and had to run, but just waiting for the police, and she just had me on the phone until you guys got there. And then she said, hang up.
I got just a couple things. With the dog, when this happened, you may have said this and I may not remember. The dog, where was the dog at when he came into the house? Do you remember?
Well, he runs loose. So I know at first he came because I ran on the back door, and he always comes to the back door.
You talked through the garage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
through the garage. And I call that the back door.
Okay.
You're right, the garage door. And he came to run in, and then with all the banging and stuff, he ran out. So I don't know where he went.
Okay.
Wasn't paying attention to him. He doesn't bark. He's just a puppy, so I think he got scared. Not sure where he went.
Okay. Did he ever come into the bedroom?
No. Unless, like when I was behind closed doors, maybe came where that guy was standing, maybe came up to him. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Okay, so you don't remember him being in the bedroom.
Mm-mm.
What's the dog's name?
Hooper.
Hooper. So Hooper, you don't remember him being in the bedroom at all. Okay. And when this, I'm gonna jump around a little bit. And when this guy came through the back door, the garage door, and you're holding it up or pounding it or anything like that, did you get any injuries? Is there anything we need to photograph bruise wise,
I don't
or
think so.
oh, sorry, any, you know, because is he if he's a big guy, and I don't know how big he
He
is.
wasn't like you.
Okay.
He was more like him, I think.
Okay.
Just normal. He was just normal. Taller than me, but just normal. It's not like I'd look at you and go, shit, I'm in trouble. It wasn't like that. It would be more, I didn't even think anything,
Okay.
you know, as far as that. As far
Yeah,
as
I just
that.
want to make sure that there's no there's possible bruises on your
Yeah,
back
I
or your
don't think
arms
so.
or.
I don't think so. I'm still in physical therapy from my accident, so I got so many aches and stuff.
Did the medics look at any of your?
No, they didn't look at anything.
Okay. And when he came through the bedroom door, because you let go and you ran straight into the bedroom door,
Yeah, I was not trying to.
and it wasn't locked or anything, the bedroom door. So was he pounding on that door too?
Yes.
Was he trying to get in the doorknob or was he just pounding on? Kind of clarify that for me.
I heard pounding. I don't know what he was doing. I was busy getting my gun and turning back around, and it was just like that fast. The door was open. So whether he was, I don't know what he was doing. I do know he was pounding on the door, because I stood there and waited to see if he was going to come
So
through.
you came through the door and you had time to go to your dresser.
Yeah.
And then come back to the front of your bed.
Mhm.
And then he opened the door.
Mhm.
What I know, this might be a lot to ask, but if you had to guess, what type of time frame are you looking at there?
Well, from here to the door, there's a little walk, so it's the length of a bed. So I ran in, opened it, grabbed it, and turned right back around and started walking towards the door. And at some point, it was open and we were face to face.
Okay. And this is another part I just want to clarify. Because when you described it originally, you said you did it like a tactical, where you have both hands up, like a what we call an isosceles position. Are you familiar with isosceles position?
I know that I try to shoot both ways when we're doing target practice.
Is this
I
you and
shoot,
your husband?
Yeah, I shoot, and then as I start getting tired, I have to use the second hand and stuff. But I shoot both ways. But
When you say both ways, what do you mean?
well, with two hands or one hand.
Okay.
Normally, when I talk about shooting, I do this because
Okay.
that's just
So if you were,
that's just what I do.
so if you were to shoot him, you were still on the phone when the shots.
Mhm.
Do you remember where your phone was at that time?
In my hand.
I understand. I understand that. I'm sorry. Where in relation to your body? Was it up to your ear? Was it down to your waist? Was it?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Trying to think if I could hear her. I think at one point, I had put it up yelling to her maybe, at one point between getting it and him pounding, maybe. After that, I don't know.
Okay. Here's another question for you I have, because it's unusual, here's what I say, without some type of tactical training or military training or law enforcement training is to fire and then approach the target. Where'd you learn that? Or is that? I mean,
I
what,
did it.
what reason I ask is, I mean, when you and your husband go out, does he, besides the shooting, do you guys work on tactical movements or something like that? You,
We just shoot at the target on a tree.
okay.
Because my thought was to get the hell out of that room is what I wanted to do. I didn't want to be pinned in that small space because my room's really small because there just was no way to get out. If he got in, I wasn't getting out. So to walk forward at him partially was I wanted to get out of that room and partially was I wanted to be sure I hit him.
And he was not advancing at that point. You
Well,
were.
I was advancing.
Yes, but he
Yeah.
was.
No, well, he had just knocked the door open and I started shooting.
Okay.
And I'm walking as I'm shooting.
All right.
So, because as soon as that happened and I shot, he just, nothing. So I didn't even think I hit him because he just stood there then. And I just kept shooting and then when my dog was running all over the place and.
So you said you haven't had anything to drink. You said you don't take prescription medications or anything like that, right?
No.
So when was the last time you say you had something to drink?
It's today, Tuesday, Saturday night.
Saturday night. And
I'm
then,
not an every night drinker, no.
and then
Or Friday night.
prescription medication or anything like that, or you don't do anything? Do you do any illegal narcotics or anything
No.
like that? Okay. Prescription medication. When's the last time you think you took something prescription?
Well, I just had a shot block in my right shoulder. I don't know, probably ibuprofen. I'm sorry, I took a muscle relaxer last night because I got a torn something in here, so they just did a block in it a week ago.
What's the muscle relaxer?
It starts with the B. My pain manager gave it to me. I took it last night before I went to bed so I could.
Do you take that just periodically, or do you take it?
Well, since I've had this accident, I'm taking that every night until, because as you can, these are like rocks.
I noticed you're wearing glasses. Were you wearing glasses during this whole thing? So
They're cheaters. They're dollar store.
Okay, so you use it for reading basically and stuff like that. So daily driving around
No,
town.
they're for reading.
Okay. So where did those come from?
I had them on my shirt still.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
I always keep them here.
Okay, and then
Because I'm good unless you go, sign here or something like that, then I have to have them. So I always keep glasses here.
were in your house in the hallway. Is it well lit? Is it with the lights on?
No lights were on, but I have most of the windows open and stuff. So
It was
yeah, it's not dark.
bedrooms, plenty of light.
It's not dark, and no, the bedroom's dark. The bedroom's dark.
Because of why is it dark?
Because the drapes are closed.
So
It's always
those
it's
two
a
windows
dark
have
room.
drapes. It's dark.
Yeah, they have, and they have blinds underneath them. It's just always we keep it dark because my husband likes it nice and cool in at night because it's just how it is all the time. I mean, it's not like dark like night dark. It's dark for the day. I mean, it's if you shut your drapes in your bedroom, that's what it's like.
Sure. I'm with you. Okay. I'm trying to think of all the more
Okay.
details here. Go ahead.
Obviously, there's some history with past things, and that's why they said they wanted Russ's money, correct? They said something about Russ going to the bank. Kind of got to dig in a little bit.
He said it's
Oh, the
one
financial
point the
aspect.
money that I stole from Russ. At one point in the car, because he kept saying, "We're going to the bank. You're getting Russ's money," and I'm like, Know what the hell he was talking about. And at one point, he had said the money you stole from Russ.
When I stepped out, you guys discussed that, okay?
No, I mean,
I think I told
Yeah,
one of
he-
the other officers.
Okay.
He had said that at some point, and still, it didn't click with me. I was just worried about getting out of there and what the hell. The guy was so thick-tongued that even when he said stuff, it took, with everything going on and how he was talking, a second for like, what the hell is this guy talking about? It just was so mumble jumble, it didn't make sense. Some of them weren't complete sentences. It was frightening.
Not to get too personal here, but can you kind of fill us in on the financial aspect of the Faria stuff and where all that stands now?
She had signed over me as beneficiary, and I was paid out.
How much?
$150,000.
Okay,
And I still have that $150,000.
okay.
And that's known to people that I still have the $150,000 because broadcasted that. Because at one point when I was talking to prosecutors up in Lincoln County, she kept going, "Do you have that money? Can I see your account?"
The officer is trying to gather information about the financial aspect of the situation, particularly related to the money Pamela received as a beneficiary. Pamela mentions that she received $150,000 and still has that amount in cash. The prosecutor in a previous trial asked to see the money, and Pamela brought it in a bag to show that she still had it. The conversation then shifts to a trial where the girls tried to sue Pamela for the money, even though Russell was the beneficiary. Pamela mentions that Russell was present at the trial, and they lost the case. Pamela, subtly steering the narrative, hints at a potential motive involving Russell. She emphasizes that Betsy, her late sister, considered Pamela wealthy and would express a desire for her own financial prosperity. Pamela raises doubts about Russell's intentions, stating that she contemplated changing her beneficiary designation to exclude him in favor of her children. Betsy, she insists, perceived her as affluent, a sentiment that may have fueled tensions within the family. The officer is trying to understand the background and context of the financial disputes involving Russell's money and how it might be connected to the recent incident. Pamela's mention of a brain injury also adds complexity to the situation.
Came home and let the dog out to pee. As I was backing out, a car came out of the side street and stopped in front of the driveway. A man got out of the car and ran up to my car.
I wasn't backing out though. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was already backed out and I just got in it.
Okay. Backed out. Okay, so it
Because
was...
I didn't pull into the garage, I just pulled where I was.
Okay, we clarified that earlier. And ran up to my car. He jumped in and told me to take him to the bank to get Russ's money. He had things in his hands and a knife. He put the knife to my neck and told me to drive to the bank to get Russ's money. The man kept looking behind himself out the window. At one point, I threw the car in park, thinking I was going to try to get out of the car. He started yelling things at me and turned around to look out his window again. I hit his arm and ran out of the car. He ran after me, yelling at me. I tried to hold the garage door shut while I called 911. He pushed the door open. As I ran to the bedroom, I tried to lock the door. The man started banging on the door. I got my gun, and as the door flew open, I shot everything in my gun. All right, so did that sound...
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, I mean, pretty much, I read that, I tried to read that word for word. I mean,
No, that is. I mean, that's exactly what happened. It wasn't as detailed probably as you
as we talked
pulling
about
stuff
it.
out of me, but
Well, we also went back
Yeah.
to yesterday, so. Because, like, you know, your husband saw that somebody sitting on the sewer, so didn't know what that was about.
you didn't tell me that. Probably didn't want to freak me out.
You told me.
That's what he said. Did he say he told me? Because
No, he didn't say he told you.
Okay.
I didn't ask if he told you.
he didn't tell me, or I don't remember that he told me. I don't think he told me because I was freaked out.
Okay, so right now I think the one thing that we would be waiting on is to have somebody come up here and take photographs of you. If you want to walk around or do whatever, you're free to do so. We would like you to hang around just so we could get that, get that done. And if there's anything that comes up, once we get in the house, we might have additional questions. I don't know. So we'd like you to hang around.
How are you gonna call me if I don't have my phone?
Well, where are you gonna go?
I don't know yet.
Will you probably be with your husband?
Yeah.
How about you call your husband?
It's at lunch.
Do we have his phone number?
You're just smart aleck one, aren't you?
No.
I'm playing. You always look like you're goofing. Yes, I'll probably be with him.
What's Mark's phone number?
636-448-5241.
Perfect. Let me step out and call and see what the time frame would be to get somebody up here to just take some pictures of you real fast, okay? In the meantime,
Or you
whatever
can
you want
use
to
your phone and take them.
No, I don't use my phone to take any pictures. They have better cameras than these phones have cameras. I don't take pictures. Definitely not on something like this with my phone. But I will call people out there and see if they can send somebody our way.
Need another water? It's
If
cold.
it's closed, I mean,
It's right
don't
here.
go, okay, yeah, thank you.
Yep.
And I'm just messing with you, because you always look like you're kidding around.
I always look like I was kidding around that one time there, right?
Just the once.
All right.
Okay, so we have an officer named Blythe Club. She'll do the photographs.
You have to like strip down?
Well, she's gonna. I don't know about stripping down, but she's gonna make sure there's no injuries on your back and shoulders and stuff like that, where you were leaning up and stuff like that. So she might have you do that. We won't do that in here. Another female officer will take the pictures and stuff like that. So. And then tomorrow, if you wake up with bruising that you didn't have today, because sometimes that doesn't happen instant.
Yeah.
If you do, we need to know. Because we'll need to take some additional photographs. Okay. So we got everything else knocked out: the phone, the house, the car, the buckle swab. We're knocking out the photos. I assume
You know
your
who
husband's
this
extra.
person is yet?
If they do,
You don't.
I don't know.
You've been
I'm
in
here. Yeah, I'm here. I don't know. I don't believe they do at this point. I think they're just now. They might just now be starting to process the house. So. No, I mean, obviously, I'd like to get a name, and we can. I mean, that
Not that
knowing who
many.
that person is pretty important.
Yeah,
So.
yeah.
So.
I would like to know, just because it's weird, not knowing.
I agree. All right, so you have water. Are you done with this?
Yeah.
Just throw that away. No problem. Okay, you still good? As soon as your husband gets back,
He's still not here yet?
well, he was here and then
I
he
know
left.
he left.
So when he gets back, we'll make sure we work that out. Okay?
Maybe definitely.
Absolutely.
Making me all nervous.
No problem.
You don't hurt or anything, nothing's
Mm-hmm.
just making sure. You're good, you can have a seat.
Were you the one that was there when I
With your
was
puppy
there?
dog.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't think I hear anything. Scratch wires or anything.
Your puppy dog's in your neighbor's yard. So he's doing good. He's been getting water, so he's taken care of.
Thank you. I
You're
appreciate it.
welcome.
He said that he thought that they may have started processing the house. Did they start processing already?
They're starting to, yes.
Okay,
When I left, yes, they were.
thank you.
You're welcome.
We're coming towards the end of this. So, I don't want you to get lonely in here. You sure you don't want a Sprite?
Thank you. My husband's not back yet?
He's not what?
He's not back yet.
If I haven't been downstairs, so if he is, I don't know. He's supposed to call or have records call us when he's back.
Okay,
So you guys been married 35 years.
30-something.
It's a long time in this day and age.
Got married in, it's like 35. Close. 33, 35,
Are
34.
you guys both around from Missouri originally?
Mm-hmm.
You grew up in this area?
The hood.
How long you lived out this way?
Well, we lived in Florida for 11 years. And we moved
Where
back
at?
here, Naples.
Why would you move from Naples back here?
I didn't like Florida.
Why not?
Well, Naples, which is super gorgeous.
Yeah,
it's
everybody
all-
talks about it.
It's all rich people.
There you go.
So, well, it's a service town. There's no real industry.
I got
The
you.
biggest employer was the school district.
Yeah.
So that tells you.
Yeah.
We had our own business down there. We did
Okay.
plantation shutters. But when we were down there 11 years, we did that and sold it and moved back after my dad died because my mom couldn't handle.
So you guys own your own business, H2 something?
Now we do, yeah.
What do you do?
We flip houses.
Oh,
That's just my side. Because construction is what my husband does.
okay. So you buy houses that are in poor
Foreclosure.
condition, or foreclosure, fix them up, and then sell them. Is that all? I mean, do you just do that? Do you ever buy houses and then like just rent them out and be landlords?
No. We've
No.
done that. We
You've
did
done
that
that?
down in Florida, yeah.
Not good.
No.
What's the problem with that?
People don't like to pay rent. You have to go through this big lengthy process
To get somebody
to
removed?
evict them.
Yeah.
Could be months, but the Sunshine Act says if you have kids, it's even longer
Okay.
to get them out. And we tried.
So you really
We had a
got.
condo down there that we rented out, and
So you really got to vet your tenants. And then
there's
even
no way
then-
to do that. One
Right.
of them we had was an ex-policeman.
Yeah.
Not on the force anymore. No brainer, right?
Well, he's next. Why is he? It depends. Why is he next?
I know. Don't know. But start skating, and then we found out that that's what they do, and then they move in the middle of the night type thing, which they did.
Become squatters.
Free.
So-
Except
so it's
they're free.
easier.
By
So-
time, I mean, it can take you a few months, especially when he was good. Very nice, clean kids, and wow, not this one, and so that can go on for a few months.
According to Pamela, a man approached her as she backed out of her driveway, demanding to be taken to the bank to get money. He brandished a knife, putting it to her neck, and instructed her to drive. At one point, she attempted to escape by throwing the car into park, but the man reacted aggressively. She managed to flee from the car, seeking refuge in her home. As she called 911, the man pursued her, eventually breaking into the house. In fear for her life, Pamela retrieved her gun and fired multiple shots as the intruder entered.
But I'll say this: I appreciate you coming up here today and being as open with us as you have. I know there's other things you'd rather be doing today, but I appreciate it.
Not really, I actually feel safer up here.
Yeah.
I didn't know what to do when I was in the driveway and stuff, like safe-wise. Because she kept saying they're coming, they're on their way, and I kept thinking you were going to around the corner, and it never happened. So I didn't know what to do, and then once they put me in the ambulance, I felt a lot better.
Okay, good. And then the ambulance people treat you all right.
Oh yeah, they were awesome.
They're medics.
The
they should.
policemen were nice, and everybody was nice. I feel bad when I talk, I'm so scrambled because I can't help it.
What's up? What's up?
A little frightening for me.
I would imagine so.
I don't even know what to do, if we should go back to our house or.
Well, I don't know if Kevin asked you earlier when we were talking about it, and you said the gentleman that came up to your car, there was some familiarity there, but not.
Not that I can unscramble right now. I don't know. You know how like when the weirdness, like when you're in a place and someone sees you and starts coming up to you, and you're like, no, but they're out of place, like out of context. It's kind of how I felt, but not even that familiar. And maybe I was just
What-
freaked out. Maybe the whole thing was so goddamn freaky that.
Is there any way you can articulate what made you think that there was some familiarity there? Was it a voice? Was it the way he looked? Was it?
I was waiting, look.
Okay.
No, that voice. I don't know what the hell was going on there, but I don't know if he was drunk or what was going on. So it wasn't the voice. But I really couldn't even hear what his voice sounds like. I hear what when he was escalating, what it was starting to get so jumbled. That's what I was freaking
So when he
out.
wasn't yelling when he wasn't yelling, you could understand him. Like when he first got in.
When we first got in, yeah, and maybe he was just clear enough that I knew what he was saying. But as he got all excited, it just got so bad to where, like I said, it wasn't even full sentences. I was like, I don't know what's going on here, you know, what this guy's on. That's what it seemed like.
You guys lived there for the past year, huh?
Mm-hmm. And it's in our business name.
What about your license plates? They came back to your business too, right? Everything goes back to your business.
Not the truck doesn't. Not my husband's truck. Good old Channel 2 News, though, posted where we lived and that it was under our business name.
And your house is under that as well. So if I went to the St. Charles County Assessor's Guide, it would say
H2 Partners.
H2 Partners.
Which if you look then at the state with H2 Partners, it's us. And he was nice enough to post that.
Do you need
See you,
anything
man.
from me there,
No.
Sarge?
No,
Okay.
take
cool.
care.
So we tried to do it that way with everything after that gal. After that happened, we moved and we put everything in the business name. And then he announced to everybody what our business name was, and they even had it on his Facebook, the state thing where it says H2 Partners and who owns it, posted that on there and stuff. And they allowed that. They allow that on Channel 2 to post. I mean, he should be responsible for his Facebook page. He knows what's going on there.
Well, there's a lot of responsibility in the media. What I'm saying is they have a big
They
responsibility.
should. They should. In fact, I'm on disability for my accidents and my brain injuries. And that psycho girl, lady, Chris Hayes, let her post on his Facebook. She said, oh, she's faking disability. Let's all write in and get her, kicked off, whatever they do. He allowed that to be posted on his Facebook with a picture of the page that you contact Social Security to do it. And they did. They had a bunch of calls. So, of course, they reevaluated me because they have to. And, of course, I'm disabled. He allowed that. That's not right. Because she was doing vicious stuff. It's not... He should be responsible for that kind of stuff. He wasted Social Security's time. That escalated her because she thought she was really, doing something big. And he allows that stuff.
Where at in Iowa was this lady from?
I don't know where. I can't remember. I think it starts with a P. I can't remember. She's like my age. I said 57. Now, it wasn't a kid.
Right.
It was a woman who should have sense. But I attribute that stuff like that escalates people like that too. That shit ain't funny.
Right.
You don't let people post that stuff when you're the news and that's your Facebook page. That was Chris Hayes' Facebook page. Because he thinks that's whatever. They have an obligation. There's no reason for him to allow those postings, especially with what was going on, And it was in the newspaper about her being convicted and stuff in our newspaper. And
Is that why you guys moved to this new house?
and that's where we put everything in the company name now. Try to get away from that, the nuts.
I'm just curious. You lived in Florida. You got family in Minnesota and Arizona. You ever thought about moving out of state?
My family's here.
Okay.
And my husband's family, his father's military.
Okay.
So when he retired, he came to Boeing.
Okay. Okay.
And he died last year.
All right.
And his mom's down in Florida now. And his sister's in Minnesota, one brother's in Arizona, and one's in Texas.
So it's spread all out. So you guys are kind of smack dab in the middle, right here.
Yeah, my whole family's here. We came back when my father died to help my mother. And we've been here ever since. That was in 2000 he died. So we've been back ever since to help her. But let me think about it after this.
Well, I was just curious.
What would you do?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Don't know. I don't know. If this is home, I don't know.
It doesn't really feel like it right now.
Basically, your mom still lives in the area?
My mom died.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
She died.
I'm sorry.
Oh, well, it gets better. She died in 2 years ago. It'll be 2 years in October, and Chris Hayes posted stuff that I killed her because she was the one who fell off the balcony in Fenton. The thing broke down the spindles and she fell. He tripped and went through it. He posted that I killed her. So I got even the cycle even more going.
So it's fair to say you don't watch Channel 2.
Well, you know, the thing is, he's worked for Joe Schwartz, who was the defense lawyer, the whole time. So at the whole time, they were creating reasonable doubt. He went to prison.
That's what a defense attorney is supposed to do.
Right, that's their job. And because of my head injury and stuff, and I say stuff all over the place, I forget. I say this story, then I remember different stories or whatever. Can't help that. It's just the way it is. Documented medical thing. But they had the media then. And they did the date night thing that they're in with. And
What were you diagnosed with?
I got TBI, traumatic brain injury. Got a plate in my neck, surgery in my back. And I just had a car accident with bleeding in the brain.
You said you had 2 car accidents, right? So one was earlier this year. Was it
Well,
April, you said?
Yeah, I just had one in April, but I've had, I had one where I fell and hit my head on a filing cabinet at work, and that messed me up. I had an accident, and that's what they had to put a plate in my neck. I've had a lot of them, like every few years or whatever. Major ones, all like head related. So,
You're a glutton for punishment.
well, this was the first time it was actually bleeding. So that was kind of scary, but they got that stopped. So, but it makes you like marshmallow, especially when I can remember it seems real right now, and 5 minutes later, if I tell you something, that seems real. You know? And though it's all a form of it, when I get excited and stuff, it gets all screwed up.
The cop inquires about any familiarity with the assailant, and Pamela struggles to articulate the source of her unease. She describes the man's behavior becoming increasingly erratic, making it difficult for her to comprehend his words. As the conversation turns to the recent move to a new house, Pamela attributes it to a desire to distance herself from negative publicity. The cop delves into Pamela's family connections, suggesting the possibility of moving out of state, but Pamela expresses a strong connection to her family in the area. The conversation becomes more personal as Pamela shares details about her family, including the recent loss of her mother and her husband's family's military background. Detectives uncovered a disturbing note and $900 in LS's pocket, outlining plans to kidnap Pamela Hupp and extort money from her husband, Russ. Further investigation revealed that Pamela had lured LS to her house, shot him, and staged fake evidence. Shockingly, it was also revealed that she had attempted to kidnap Carol McAfee just 6 days prior to LS's murder. Faced with the looming threat of danger, Carol had prepared herself with a folding pocket knife up her sleeve and a kitchen knife in front. She recounted Tim Lahr's chilling narrative of the planned attack, leaving her emotionally numb. Despite attempts to make light of the situation, the gravity of the intended harm was undeniable. On August 23, 2016, Pamela was charged with L.S. Gumpenberger's murder. When confronted, she chose to remain silent, signaling the beginning of legal proceedings. In a striking turn of events, Pamela stabbed herself in the neck and wrists, an act captured by evidence photos. On August 12, 2019, she received a life sentence without the possibility of parole. Subsequently, on July 12, 2021, she faced charges for the murder of Betsy Faria with updates pending. Throughout the ordeal, Pamela displayed manipulative tendencies, attempting to retain control even when facing the consequences of her actions. The narrative takes a poignant turn as Russ Faria finds solace and companionship in Carol McAfee, a victim turned survivor. The tale concludes with reflections on the impact of money on human behavior, prompting a deeper exploration of Pamela's motivations.